Well, howdy, 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 dearly senior citizen here. Greetings, boys, girls, and all of our non-binary friends, and welcome to this, a brand new day. And remember, no matter who you are valid. And oh boy, it is hot outside. It's going to be over 100 today. Thumbs up. And remember, in 2024, we have had already twice as many heat-related deaths in just half a year as we had in the entirety of 2023. Be safe. This is going to be the coolest summer we have. Yay. Well, howdy, howdy. I can't remember if I'm going to talk about this in video, if this is our second clip. But this is the laptop that was sent to me. It is a nice machine with a large screen and this. And it's on a base where I can't really show too much of the base, but it's on a base with extra cords and stuff. And it's got a DVD player that'll plug in. I mean, not DVD. Well, yeah. And then there's the movie. But this is the way it's set up. It's, again, a very, very nice piece of equipment. It's made for Windows 8. So it's a slower piece of equipment. But I will talk about all that in video. I just wanted to show off how I have it set up here so that you could see that I am in fact using it. It's very nice. I am very grateful. It is a nice computer. Now, if somebody cooks you a gigantic banquet meal buffet style so that each thing on tray is separated, and you're allergic to peanuts, and 90% of the food that is presented to you is cooked without peanuts, but part of it is cooked with peanuts. If you tell the person who cooked that meal for you that you can't have this portion of the meal because it's cooked with peanuts and you're allergic, but you enjoy and appreciate the rest of it and even appreciate the thought behind here, you just can't eat that part because you're allergic to peanuts. Are you slapping that person in the face for having given you a banquet? And here you are rejecting part of it? And by telling this person that you're rejecting it, you're just being a horrible person? Or are you thanking them for the thought and the care that went into it? It's just part of it you can't use and partake of because you're allergic to peanuts. The reason I say this, I have a video of the brand new computer, the laptop that I had been given. Brand new because it's older. And I am still recording and editing this on Light Cut on my tablet. Unfortunately, with the gigantic banquet that was prepared for me with the laptop that was given, some of that was cooked with peanuts. And I'm allergic to peanuts, so I can't eat that part of it. The entirety of the meal cooked for me, the laptop given to me, I appreciate, even the parts that I can't really use. But there are parts of the laptop that are cooked with peanuts and I can't use. One of those is I have a approximately 20-minute video that should have gone up yesterday that I couldn't. The first time, Wondershare Filmora crashed the first 2 times. And then when it did finally finish and render, that one was damaged. Because when I reloaded it up in the editor, everything was fine. I don't know why the music was blaring. It should not have been. So I went back to re-render it. I had forgotten that without hardware acceleration, it had taken 2 hours to render that 20-minute video, something that the previous laptop usually does in about 20 to 15 minutes. I went last night and finally figured out how to set it for hardware acceleration using the hardware on the laptop with Filmora. And when it hit 37% and then locked up, I finally I can't render video on it. As a banquet and a meal, it is awesome. But the video rendering portion of it is cooked with peanuts, and I'm allergic to peanuts. I appreciate the entirety of the meal and the parts that I can eat, and I appreciate the thought behind the parts of the meal that I can't eat. But after I got this and talked about it, I needed to do something to address this, because otherwise it's why, well, you know, he talked it up. He keeps saying he has it. Why is he still using his tablet then? So I got to at least mention what's going on. Now, I don't know why it works so slow when enabling, turning on the hardware acceleration, but it just did worse than not using the hardware acceleration. So, I don't know. Again, it is great. It is a wonderful thing, because I did not have anything that functioned properly anymore. It's older equipment. It's a Windows 8 machine, and Windows 8 was back when my wife was alive, and she died over 10 years ago now. So it's older equipment, and it is a delicious banquet, but part of it, the ability to render, is cooked in peanuts, and it won't. And I literally do not have it within me to sit there for 2 to 3 hours while it renders a 20-minute video. I just can't. My ADHD will not let me. Plus, it shouldn't do that, but if that's what it does, then it doesn't matter. It's cooked with peanuts, and I'm allergic to peanuts. So that portion of the meal, I can't eat. But the rest of it is awesome. I have been using it, and I haven't played a ton of games or anything on it. I have played some. Some things, not so good. But the things that are not so good so far have been largely unoptimized games anyway. I think I tried Fallout New Vegas, and it runs like a dream. So, yeah, it's not terrible. It's wonderful. It is a delicious banquet, where part of it, separated, but a part of the banquet is cooked in peanuts. If I ignore the part that's cooked in peanuts because I'm allergic, the whole thing is awesome. Plus, I appreciate the thought behind the parts that I can't eat. So, when it comes to actual video, it's going to have to be this. Because I can't wait 3 hours, 2-3 hours for it to render a simple, nothing's happening, me sitting and talking video. It will die if I try to give it any video where it has to actually do something. Again, beautiful, delicious banquet. And it's not this banquet's fault, nor the people who made it, that knew I would be allergic to peanuts. I didn't even know I was allergic to peanuts until I got this banquet. So thank you so very much for this. It is awesome, and I am using it. It is hooked up. I play with it. I have been playing with it, but yesterday, expectations versus reality, I got too wound up and emotional with stuff. I deleted a whole bunch of posts because I was too wound up and emotional. I tried to put up a video. The person who dogs at me mercilessly using negative reinforcement, something that does not work, and my stepfather did on me my whole life, which makes anyone using that immediately, I just go, no, you can go to hell. So the person that uses that talked about some stuff, and immediately as soon as they said something, I just deleted the video I had uploaded because I was too emotionally wrapped up with things yesterday. Expectations versus reality, and it is easy for me to get just hyperactive, hyper anxious, and just useless. And that was what was occurring. So that's all gone. I'm just talking about it now so that people understand why I still have to use my tablet. The delicious banquet, part of it's cooked in peanuts. And I'm allergic to peanuts. It just will not render video. But it's great past that. And otherwise, it is Have I mentioned before that it's hot, hot, hot? I walked Walmart. But when I walk these days, because my knee is feeling better, when I went out walkies, I've been having to remind myself to slow down. And I went down an area of roughly step-like stuff quite quickly and went, I'm got to be careful. Because the first time I had issues on this side, it was bad for a week and some. And then it got better. And instead of going and taking things calmly and carefully, I started treating this arm like it had no issues. And now, 8 months later, I'm still dealing with my decision to have done that. So I need to be more careful with my knee. Plus, I have an appointment with my doctor on the 10th. Plus, I got to reschedule a different appointment on the 10th. Ooh, a little bug just flew by my eye. So, got to be careful with my knee, but it's feeling better, and that is oh so good. And yeah, it's blistering. So as soon as I am done with this, I am turning my AC unit back on so that I can suck up more energy from the power grid, so that I can blare heat out and more from this unit out into the atmosphere. Because it's hot. Just be careful in the heat, please. When I go out to walk to Walmart, I make sure I drink a good liter some of fluid. You gotta stay hydrated. Twice as many deaths as we had in the entirety of last year. And we're only halfway through the year. It's only the beginning of summer. Please be careful. Past that, I don't really have anything. It has been hot, and yesterday I was just so emotionally wrapped up with everything happening that I'm exhausted still. It takes a lot of energy to get wrapped up in stuff, and I was wrapped up emotionally in stuff. I am burned up today, and my arms from here, especially it feels like I've been slammed with hammers all through here. It is so painful. Waking up in the morning is just painful. Sucks to be human, doesn't it? Hey, at least I'm alive. You know what? I'm still metabolizing. None of us gets out of this alive. That blank wall of the void is rushing towards each and every one of it. It's just that back when I was 40, it was way off on the horizon. And now, it's just a couple miles down the road, and it's getting closer all the time. No matter your spiritual beliefs in the physical part of the universe, with this part that contains our meat, whether there is a spiritual part or not, whether when the meat turns off, that's it, or things continue in a spiritual afterlife, I can't say. I speak only for the physical part of this universe. And that black wall of void getting closer and closer is scary. It's very frightening. I mean, trying to contemplate non-existence is tough, because after non-existence, you don't experience anything anymore. The computer turns off. And then the computer, when you get rid of it, it releases its carefully hoarded resources back to the world over time. And when our meat machines stop working, well, we begin releasing our carefully hoarded resources back to the world over time. That black wall of the void getting closer day by day. Pretty scary. Now again, I say, speaking of only the physical part of the universe, I have my own spiritual beliefs. I was baptized Christian with my wife way back in like 2005 or so. So I have spiritual beliefs. But that black wall of the void rushing towards us is pretty bloody scary. And I have had many an existential bout of terror over the past couple weeks. It's fun laying in bed at night, trying to sleep and contemplating death. Yay! But, I mean, life is life. And of course, if you've watched this far, if you could put SPF 50 into the comments, that would be awesome. Now, is this the right way around? I'm having to use like cut, and I don't know how to flip video so that it'd be the right way around. Hopefully it is. If not, oh well. So, thumbs up. I am going to spend the rest of the day working with the laptop, seeing what games it can play and well and what games it can't, because some it can and some it can't. So we'll find out. And they're starting to get loud out there, so yay. If you are a patron, thumbs up and thank you. You are beautiful and awesome people. I appreciate each and every one of you on an individual level. I can't put your names up here because of all this stuff still going on here. But when you look in the mirror, you're looking at someone who is both beautiful and awesome. Physically, mentally, emotionally, spiritually. For everybody that leaves me a comment, thumbs up and thank you, it is appreciated. I've only recently been discovering that YouTube shows me only a bare minimum of comments that are actually made in all of my comment section. I am so sorry. I thought it did more. I would have to go out and hunt through each individual video to find each comment. Thank you, YouTube. But I do appreciate each and every one that I read, and each and every one that I read, I thumbs up or heart to let you know that I've done so. I cannot answer as many as I would like because of the nerve compression. I am so very sorry. So I'm going to be taking it easy in here because, like I said, it's going to break 100 today, and I was trying to say oy vey and oh boy at the same time, and it just didn't work. So I'm going to be careful. You need to be careful. Please be careful. Heat is, well, it's bad. So, until we meet again, you take care. Have a great day today. I will see you on the flip side. And that is indeed a very, very good thing. So, thumbs up. I do have a GoFundMe. Hopefully, I'm not going to be able to have the link in here because I love working on a tablet. You take care.